roof is blowing about. Oh, that is crazy. Hello everyone, welcome to a Driven by Lee video. In this video, we're going to be driving, actually I'll let it introduce itself. The Porsche Spyder RS. I can't quite believe I'm in a Porsche Spyder RS. This one belongs to my mate Jake, who very kindly has let me borrow it for a week, a whole week. So I've had this now since Friday, it's now Wednesday. Oh, Jake, thank you. I've got this for a week, see what I think of it, get to grips with it, if anyone can get to grips with such a car like this, and do a video for my channel. This car is pretty special. It's about as special as cars can get. It absolutely is. It's a 500 brake horse, 4 litre, 6 cylinder, high revving, and it is high revving at Red's line at 9,000. It is the GT3 engine. This is the GT3 engine in a Porsche Boxster, no ordinary Porsche Boxster. But let's rewind a little bit. The Porsche Boxster came out in 1996, so they've had best part of 30 years to perfect that, and they have. And the GT3 came out in 1999, so they've had 25 years to perfect that, which they have. So this has been in the making for essentially over 50 years collectively. They've married a GT3 engine up to a phenomenal Porsche Boxster. This particular one has then also been breathed on by Wiseac, so it's then got all the carbon fibre goodies, exposed bonnet, carbon fibre everywhere, and it really does look beautiful. Just take a look at this. As you can see guys, that's a work of art, isn't it? There's no other word to describe it. It is a work of art. This one is the PDK. In fact, they're all PDKs. There isn't a manual version of this, and that's good because you do not need this in a manual. The gearbox is utterly magnificent. Same ones I've got in my GT3. It's great. I wouldn't want this in a manual. You just can't stop but do that. The soundtrack this car has is its party piece. The air inlet for the engine is right there. There should be a video now come up of the air inlet. It's right behind your ear. So that's the main air inlet into the engine. So all you hear is pop. Oh, it makes your ears bleed. My ears are bleeding. I'm in pain, but I don't care. I never knew that having your ears bleeding could be so much fun and enjoyable, and this is. I'm just waiting for this one to start bleeding from that air intake. It won't be long. Oh, I don't know what to say about this, but I'll try. I'm going to try not to make this video too long, because I could, with all the B-roll I've taken, this video could be 3 days long instead of the 20 odd minutes I'm aiming it to be. Let's start with the interior. Now that is a very exclusive, special place to be. It's got the carbon fibre bucket seats, same one as in the GT3. Absolute nightmare to get in and out of, but once you're in, they are so comfortable, and they hug you in places I didn't realise you could be hugged in. But they're so comfortable. You can't adjust the recline, they don't recline, they're fixed buckets, but they're already in the optimum position, so you don't need to. They move back and forward and up and down, and they're carbon fibre, and they look as good as they are comfortable. You could go forever in this, miles and miles. I have my GT3, I went around Germany in it, so same bucket seats. The dashboard is covered in Alcantara, and that is so wonderful. I really like that. I wish my GT3 had that. Analog, we're quite analog in here. It's got analog dials, it's got an analog rev counter right in the middle, right where it needs to be. Analog, beautiful. The speedos to the left of that, again analog, and then you've got another sort of instrument cluster on your right, which has got all your modern day like virtual stuff, or what you need to know about the car, sat nav, all that kind of stuff. Steering wheel, Alcantara, yellow stripe on the top, great, just the right thickness. Porsche do make their steering wheels lovely, they're not too fat. BMWs have got a bit silly with their steering wheels. This, oh, hang on, oh. I'm gonna just let the car talk. It's now started to rain. That's not ideal, considering the roof on this is an afterthought. You don't just press a few buttons and the roof go up on this. No. Originally it was designed without a roof, because it's such an exclusive car. They thought, no, it's not having a roof. Porsche engineers, so I heard the Porsche accountant said, you must put a roof on. So they put a roof on, and it's more of a tonneau cover than a roof. It is faffery. It's not electronic in any way. It's all mechanically fixed. You have to do it. It's in 2 parts. It is very fiddly to do. I'm not going to demonstrate how to do it, because there is enough videos online of that, and it'll probably take me the rest of the video to get it on. People do say that you can get it on within like 2 minutes. It takes me about 5. There's poles, there's cables to tension, there's catches, there's switches. Then you've got to put the rear screen in. It is faffery. So it's spitting, but I don't care. I'm driving it. If it gets too bad, I will have to stop and put the roof on. Because the roof, you take it off yourself, like I said. It is then in the boot of the car. So it's not the end of the world. We could put the roof on if we need to. I'm in a convertible and it's raining. Interesting, I'm not getting wet because we're moving. The rain's going way over me, so that's not a problem. What is a problem is this comes with Michelin Cup 2 tyres, which are almost like a slick tyre for the road. Great when it's hot and grippy. Not so great in weather when it's raining. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful. But I think it's only a little shower. So back to the interior, centre console, really nice, carbon fibre everywhere as you would expect. The gear lever up, you can manually do this on the gear lever as well as the paddle, so you can go up and down till your heart's content, or you can put it in auto. Don't do that. I never do that in any of these kind of cars. If you want an auto, get something that's boring. Down here, you got your exhaust on or off. Always have that on. You want it to sound, don't you? Nose lift, that's crucial because these are very low, over little speed humps and stuff. You are going to catch the nose, but press that button, it lifts the nose up. Is an option, and it's one you want to have because you don't want to damage that really lovely front splitter. And then auto start stop, turn that off because that's annoying and I hate that. PDK Sport, oh my god, we haven't got it in PDK Sport. Let me change that. Boom. Right, gear changes now in sports is going to be more aggressive. And then you've got a suspension thing. I'm going to leave that where it is because I like the suspension how it is. And then you've got stability control, which we'll leave that on because it's not my car and I'm not a race car driver. I can imagine you could get this out of shape quite easily and in all kinds of trouble. Oh, there is no car that sounds like that I've ever been in. Simply no. Wow, it sounds so much better than my GT3. And this is all standard. And yes, does it sound like that because the roof is on? No. It sounds like that because it's an animal. It's an absolute animal. Because I've drove this with a roof on. When I collected it from Jake, it had the roof on, and I drove it, and it was still just as loud. The suspension, interestingly, the GT4 RS, which is the coupe version of this, has got harder suspension, more track orientated. This, they've kind of put softer springs on, changed the spring rate, so it's more road compliant. Don't get me wrong, it's still a race car, it's still hard, it's still stiff, and it still handles like it's on rails, but it's a lot more compliant for the road. I've never driven the coupe, I would love to, but I never have yet. But this is so comfortable. I'm not getting jarred around, it's not tram lining, it's not bumping. But when you do give it some, it is like it's on rails. Just like a Lotus, like doo-doo-doo. Steering feel, great as you would expect. You really can feel everything. The steering wheel talks to you all the time. You can feel everything that's going on as you would expect to. Creature comforts, it's got everything you could need. Apple CarPlay, climate control, all of the stuff. I mean, I'm not going to even talk about that because who even cares? It's got a fire extinguisher. It's got a fire extinguisher that makes it feel even more like a race car. The grab handles, they're made out of fabric. Made out of fabric for weight saving. Now I know that sounds dumb, doesn't it? Because how much does a door handle weigh? But then when you add everything else, the fact that the bonnet has got a sticker on it instead of a badge. So the Porsche badge is a sticker to save a few grams. The roof, if you put, this is interesting, if you put an ordinary Boxster roof on this, the electronic thing, it would weigh another 16 kilograms. But by how Porsche have done it with this carbon fibre kind of tonneau cover affair, it saves 16 kilograms. And that's a lot. You go and lift a 16 kilogram kettlebell, what people use in the gym. Imagine carrying that around with you. You're going to notice that, aren't you? So imagine that in a car, driving that, handling that, the braking it would need. So that's, yeah, that is a weight saving. So many things on here, weight saving, carbon fibre, everything. This even has carbon ceramic brakes, an option. You just can't stop. You just cannot stop doing that. Anyway, carbon ceramic brakes, they look great. They will perform brilliantly. They're not at all what I thought carbon ceramic brakes would be. This is the first car that I've spent any length of time with carbon ceramics, and they don't rattle, they don't squeak. My GT3 with its steel brakes are a lot more noisier than this, and you don't get brake dust. Why have I not got them on my GT3? I should have had them, but haven't. So you get no brake dust, and that, because I'm a clean freak, that is a win. Just get them just for that. Forget how much better they are. The fact they don't create brake dust means your wheels stay lovely. When the road opens up, I will take it to 9,000 so you can hear then, because then it really screams its head off. So practicality is practical. Yes, that's right, it's practical. There's room under the bonnet to put a couple of soft bags. Obviously the engine in this is behind me, so it's mid-engined rear wheel drive. So bags under the seat, front. With this as well, the rear clamshell opens up as well, as long as the roof's not on, because if the roof's on it won't let you open it, unless you obviously move some of the roof out of the way, I guess. So yeah, you can lift the clamshell up, and then you get a couple of more soft bags in there too. In here, there's not a lot of storage in here, I can tell you. You got the glove box and then a little centre console thing. Performance, 500 brake horse. Yep, 500 brake horse, GT3 engine. 500 brake horse, 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds. And top end, it's going to be doing 200 mile an hour. 200 mile an hour. Not with the roof on though. Apparently you can't go over 95 miles an hour with the roof on, because it will peel off. Miles per gallon, it's not going to be great, I'm going to tell you that now. In actual fact, Jake's had this obviously since new. He's done 3,400 miles on it, and he's never reset the trip. So I looked on there and he's done 17 to the gallon. Well done, Jake. You've obviously been enjoying it, and so you should, mate. I've enjoyed it in the time I've had it. The soundtrack, I'm sorry, I know I'm running on and on and on. What have they created? The other good thing with this, if your partner's with you, you won't be able to hear what she's saying. I don't even know if you can hear what I'm saying. I am shouting, so you won't hear. So if you're getting moaned at, just put your foot down, you won't hear what she's saying, or he, or whatever. I'm a little bit worried on how black the clouds look over there. We may be having an early shower. It was lovely and sunny this morning, and now, woo. But yeah, it's light over there, so we're going to head that way. It's fast. Stroof. It is fast. So yeah, service costs, I don't know. It's going to be expensive. You're going to only get it done by Porsche, obviously. But then if you can afford the price of this, I mean, this is 150 grand upwards, and it will climb quickly. I better expect one of these. You're not getting a lot of change out of 200 grand. My cloth is blowing about. Oh, that is crazy. Do you know, I never liked soft tops. I've never liked driving in them. I loved how they've looked, but I've never liked them. Until now, I am fully converted. I don't even know if I've bought the wrong car. Should I have bought one of these? Not that I could. This, to get one of these new, they've stopped making them now. The allocation or the build slot is very small. But to get one of these, you have to be, I mean, you have to be Porsche royalty through and through. I mean, it's hard enough getting a GT3, you have to be invited by Porsche to buy one of those. This, it's another level on top of that. You'd have to have 3 million 911s. I don't know how many Taycans, just to get an invite to buy one. But if you do, fair play to you, you have got one of the world's greatest cars. It's certainly the best car I've ever driven to date. It is. It is the best car I've ever driven. The soundtrack is like nothing I've ever heard before, and I've driven some loud cars. I've got some loud cars, but this, it just makes you so excited. And I mean, my throat is now hurting because I've been screaming like a little baby. Yeah. Fair play to Porsche for making these in 2025. Oh, I mean, I'm now going to accelerate down here. Jesus. What is there to say about that? What is there to say about that? Blistering. It's a very clever design as well. There's some clever aero on this car, which we will discuss when I'm back in the garage. I mean, I need a coffee. I need to sit down, get my thoughts and have a coffee. So next stop, I'm gonna find a coffee. So guys, just had to stop, take a break, found this nice little place here, nice bench, got my Costa coffee. Thought, right, I need to reflect on this car. I've been driving it all morning. I don't even know what word to describe. I mean, I've probably done a few choice words in the film. How in today's world have Porsche been allowed to do that? The sound, the speed, the craziness of the car. I don't know. I am lost for words. Did I buy the right car with a GT3? I'm not so sure anymore. I love the GT3. I've always wanted a 911, and a GT3 has always been my dream car, so I don't regret that. But having now driven this and spent a bit of time with this, I'm not sure what I would prefer, to be fair. The sound is intoxicating, the drive, the soft top. I've never ever been one for soft tops. In fact, I've always hated driving soft tops with the roof down, but this is another level. All I can think is going down the south of France, through the Swiss Alps, with this car. Can you imagine? I don't think it would get any better than that. I really don't. That is the perfect car. And it is now my all-time favourite car that I've driven. I'm just now gonna finish my coffee, have a look around the car once more, and then get back in it, enjoy this beautiful sunshine and scenery, and get back out there. So I'll see you back in the car. And you know, rejoin me in the car. And it's raining, and I've put the roof on. And I think it's a record for me. I managed to get the roof on in about 6 minutes. which wasn't too bad, and it was raining. So yeah, that's got to be a record for me. So yeah, there's no problem with this roof. Some people have been put off by the roof. I mean, really, not a problem. And it's on. Wow, I've done the thing. Yeah, so roof's on. So let's carry on, go for a little bit more of a drive, and then like I say, we will get this back in the garage, and I will go over some of the aero that the car's got, because that really is the aero and the design of this, the knacker ducts in the bonnet, the grills in the wings, just great. So I think I need to show and share that, so we will. Let me put my mic back on so you can hear me. We will go over that in a bit more detail back in the garage. For now, you can get to hear what it sounds like with the roof on. It's just as noisy. Yeah, so roof on. It's still noisy. Oh, it's still got that perfect soundtrack. A little bit more dubbed, as of course it would be, it's now got a roof on it. But the air intake's still just there. Your ears probably wouldn't bleed now, they might bruise. And bruising's alright. I really do wonder if this is the only car you'd ever need? And the values of it, they're only going to go one way, aren't they? Because they're such an exclusive, rare car, it's only going to go up. It's better than money in the bank. It's an investment. And that's how I'm going to try and justify it. It's an investment. So if I buy it, no, I'm only joking, I can't. I would love to. Imagine this next to a GT3. Dream garage, lottery win. Yeah, well, I'm now off to do some more of that. So, yeah, you will next join me, guys, in the garage, where we can talk about the aero. Right, guys, just coming to the front of the car here. As you can see, this vent here is not to let air in. That is actually, the air runs through the front grills there to cool the radiators down. Air then comes out of here because there's a lot of pressure that builds up in there, and too much pressure would create lift, which would then affect the handling. So that is to let air out. Coming on to these vents here, or knacker ducts as they're also known as, there's one each side. They are to cool the brakes or send air to the brakes. Coming round, obviously you got your wheels there. Those wings, like the bonnet, are carbon fibre, but the wings are actually painted on this. These vents here, again, are not to let air in. There's a lot of turbulent air that builds up inside the wheel arch here. And again, turbulent air would create lift, which would affect the handling. So they're actually to let the air out, so that that turbulent air has somewhere to escape to and the car handles fine. Same with the kind of cutout on that wing. Interestingly, made the wing out of carbon fibre, not only because it was lightweight, but to get that intricate shape. Again, that aids cooling, but it is to let a lot of the pressure out. Phenomenal. Stuff like that is to do with airflow across the brakes. Then coming back here, we've obviously got a big vent there. There's one of those each side. One is to put air into the engine to help it combust and performance. So that's this side. The other side feeds air to the engine, but to cool the engine down. So it doesn't directly go into the engine, but it does cool it right down. This one, this is the one. This is the one. So there's one of these each side. Bear in mind your ears and heads there. This is the air direct into the engine, and this is what gives it that insane whoop sound. one of those each side. See what I mean? Look how close they are to your ears. Your head's there, ears there, vents there. How cool is that? So that's that. And then lastly, this. Obviously, it's all to do with downforce. A lot of people call them a ducktail spoiler because it resembles the tail of a duck. But Andreas, the head guy of Porsche GT, because it's such a pronounced ducktail, he actually called it a swan tail. And so it's got this little carbon fibre bit on the top, so that is known as a swan tail spoiler. On the GT3s and the GT4 RSs and all the rest of it, you have the big fixed spoiler, and they're reversed swan necks because the spoiler sits under the mounts. Well, this is swan neck or swan tail. So that, guys, is about that. So guys, I think we'll wrap that video up here. I think it's a little bit too long as it is. Just like to say thanks, Jake, for letting me have the car for a week. Really appreciated it. Really enjoyed having it and filming it. What a car, Jake. You've got to keep this one. It is a keeper. How would you better this? I'm not sure I know. But yeah, so that is the video. If you liked it, comment in the comments below. I'll reply to all the comments. And as I always say, if you could subscribe, I really would appreciate that, as it really does help the channel grow, especially in the early days. Also worth mentioning, if anyone's got a car they want me to review, then please get in touch. Obviously, I treat them like they're my own. Everything's fully insured, and it would be great to get your car on the channel. So please get in contact. The email is down below in the description, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.